Impact Wrestling celebrated their 1000th, 1001st episode, since last week was 1000. This week they still called it 1000, but it's technically 1001. There were a lot of great matches that they held to celebrate the 1000th anniversary, including the main event of a 10-woman tag match featuring Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, Mickie James, Jordynne Grace, and Trinity versus Tasha Steelz, Deonna Purrazzo, Savannah Evans, Angelina Love, and Giselle Shaw. Overall, it was a really fun show that featured Scott D'Amore also wrestling, and the return of Josh Alexander turning to singles action. So here are my ratings for all the matches that happened in that episode, only for the matches that are over 5 minutes though. We had Kenny King versus Eric Young, which quickly resulted in a DQ, but then that turned into Eric Young and Scott D'Amore versus Kenny King and Sheldon Jean, but that was also a quick DQ once Khan and Deaner came in. And that turned into an 8-man tag between Deaner, Sheldon Jean, Kenny King, and Khan versus Scott D'Amore, James Storm, Chris Harris, and Eric Young. That match, I'd say, is a 6 out of 10. It was a pretty fun match. Seeing Scott D'Amore back and tagging alongside America's Most Wanted was a lot of fun, and him and Eric Young together, Team Canada back again, was just delightful. Nothing real bad to say about the match. It was a good celebratory match to add to this 1000th episode. Also, we had Dirty Dango versus Jake Something. Very quick match that ended in Jake Something picking up the win, and it was less than 5 minutes. Also featured in the episode was an Ultimate X match, which featured the likes of Samurai Del Sol, Rich Swann, Zachary Wentz, Alan Angels, Mike Bailey, and Ace Austin. And I'm a big sucker for Ultimate X matches, but this one was a little clunky. You know, there was a lot of just sitting on ropes and waiting for the next spot, or towards the end, we had a very anticlimactic finish with Alan Angels kind of getting stuck on the ropes, accidentally falling down, it seemed like, and then just climbing back up and grabbing the X, and accidentally dropped it on the way down. Not the best. And honestly, I would have preferred somebody like Mike Bailey winning it, or Ace Austin, Zachary Wentz even. So I'll give that match a 6 out of 10 as well. It was fun because I just love Ultimate X matches. Now let's go on to the main event. We had the 10-woman tag match, as I already mentioned. It was a blast seeing all these women back, and Gail Kim, she's still got the moves in the ring. She had some awesome spots, including a modified octopus, and Awesome Kong. It was just a blast to see again. She is, as her name says, awesome. So I'll give that match a 7 out of 10. And then lastly, we had what, in my opinion, was the best match of the night. Trey Miguel versus Josh Alexander. Two guys that just go so hard in the ring, and they are just so much fun. Josh Alexander is literally one of my favorite wrestlers. Trey Miguel is always a blast to watch. So I gave this a 7 out of 10, just because it was a really good match, but there was a lot of rascals, you know, fuckery in there. And I feel like they kind of needed that to put Trey Miguel on kind of the same level as Josh Alexander, because Josh kind of stands a step above Trey Miguel in terms of the booking. But I mean, the match was still a lot of fun. I'm sure if we got this in a pay-per-view or Bound for Glory for a title, it would be miles better, because I know these guys are capable of so much more. But that C4 spike that Josh used to end the match was just so mean and so powerful. Oh my god. So those are my ratings for this Impact. It was a great show. Tune in for the next one, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.